In theme of what we were doing last week for workshop, we are going to continue it. And as you can see, hopefully within your weekly workshop email, you have your packet. We are going to continue with the concept of building our master list and exposing you to all the different schools and all the different institutions that the UC has to offer you and all the different programs. So without further ado, let's just kind of get into it and let's find out, what the UC has. Ooh, are we working? Yes, we are. So first things first, how many UC campuses are there? Feel free to drop it in the chat, voice it out. Now's your time. Express yourself. Feel free. Let's see. Let's see how that knowledge is going. How many UC schools are there? Let's see. Feel free to drop it in the chat. Ooh, I'm seeing lovely numbers. I'm seeing lovely, beautiful numbers. I'm feeling it. I'm liking it. Go ahead. And yes, there are exactly, no. Okay, so you guys can tell me how many. Can you tell me the names of the UCs? Is anyone bold enough to say what UCs there are? You can type it in the chat. All right, yep. We have Berkeley. What else do we have out there? What other UCs are there? Feel free. Ooh, Davis, Merced. Ooh, go ahead, Kayla. She's been putting it out. All right, Carlos. Putting it all out. All right. All right. So, nice. Go ahead. So, to be honest, let's find out what are UC schools and let's find out if, people in the chat were correct in saying like 8 or 9 different UC schools. We have UCLA, beautiful, wonderful, fantastic UCLA. We have UC Berkeley. We have UC San Diego. We have UC Irvine. We have UC Davis. We have UC Santa Barbara. Let me just scoot you guys over here real quick. Riverside, Santa Cruz, and Merced. So that's a total of 9 by my count. But the truth is, there are actually 10 UC schools across the nation. The only ones that you can apply to as an undergraduate student are the 9 that you see above. UC San Francisco is technically a UC school, but that is specifically for graduate students. If you are ever interested in medicine, doctor, lawyer, UC San Francisco has an incredible program out there for you and out there for you to kind of explore. The way I think and the way the UC system is kind of categorized, just based on data, based on how many people are applying to the institutions, is how they're laid out at the top. Our most competitive schools are UCLA, UC Berkeley, and UC San Diego. Then our competitive schools are UC Irvine, UC Davis, and UC Santa Barbara. And then our non-competitive or least competitive schools are UC Riverside, UC Santa Cruz, and UC Merced. Now, does that mean that UCLA is better than Merced? No. The fact is, or the truth is, the education is very comparable. So an English class that you were to take at UC San Diego will be very similar to the English class that you take at UC Riverside. Same thing if you were to do like math at Irvine, it'll be very similar as what it would be like in Berkeley. So what makes the difference and what makes these schools, so unique, so competitive, what makes them different? It's the opportunities, just like how Crystal was talking about. And I think another thing to highlight is just what the Boys and Girls Club, and we always try to expose you to, is just opportunities for you to kind of explore. It's about the atmosphere, it's about the programming, the resources, and just the overall fit for you. Because as we're building our master list and as we're building and talking about schools, application, we want to make sure that we're picking schools that are a right fit for us and schools that we are interested in, that we're passionate about. Something that, you enjoy and it actually offers the program that you're interested in. So that's how it kind of differs between the different UC schools. What do they offer? What's different? What makes each and every single school unique? But before we get into that, let's just do a little overview about the UC system, what it has to offer, and how it can kind of bring to life all the different opportunities. In case you didn't know, or in case you need that visual, or in case just to be able to showcase, the very tippy top or the furthest away school is UC Davis. UC Davis is close to the northern part of California. It's a nice, beautiful college town area. Then after that, we have Berkeley, which is, closer to San Francisco, closer to that area. Santa Cruz, which is very coastal, also close to that area, very new into tech, which I'll be talking about later. You have Merced, which is Central California, so it's close to different national parks, Yosemite. It is close to different areas, but there is that huge gap. So if you're thinking about the northern or the furthest travel type of schools, we're talking about Davis, Berkeley, Santa Cruz, Merced. Those are typically the schools that you either want to fly out, take a bus. It's going to take you some time to be able to go and visit. So if you're attending any of those schools, it's really going to be a little challenging to be able to come back home after going and visiting. If you're thinking of staying a little bit more local, something where it's like maybe a 2-3 hour drive, something that's not too bad where you can easily come back home during the weekend, then you have Santa Barbara, which is right there, nice, beautiful coastal. Los Angeles, which is, up there close to downtown. Am I pointing the right way? Yes. No, that way. I'm not good at geography either. That's not my best suit. Then we have Irvine, which is, a little further down. Riverside, which is a little bit down the 90, so it's a little bit hotter, closer to Anaheim. And then of course we have San Diego, which is at the very bottom of California. So that is kind of how our UC schools are spread out across California. One of the beautiful things about the UC system, and just the fact that we are in California, we are living, we are breathing, we are thriving in California, is the fact that these schools cater to us as California residents and as California students. Give me one sec, just a little parched. Ooh, fantastic. So just a little data, just a little statistics, just to kind of prove how much of a support the UC system has for California students. First of all, as hopefully we've discussed, the UC system just has the bare minimum requirement of you going through your A through G requirement of meeting all the areas as well as basic test scores. They want to get to know you, but that's the bare minimum requirement to just be able to apply. A 3.0 GPA based on your A through G coursework and making sure that you're meeting the A through G requirements. Last year alone, the UC system received about 172,000 applications across the nation. Of those applications, 113,399 were from California students and California residents. Of those applications, they had admitted close to about 80,000 of those students. The UC system and CSU system is really working to try and engage and keep those California students here with us because our California schools are incredible. They're here to support us, they're here to guide us, they're here to give us all these incredible and beautiful different types of opportunities. So if you're ever worried or if you're ever like, oh, I don't really know if that's for me or if that's the opportunity, I hope that by going through these presentations and learning just how the fact that they're trying to support California students, that the UC system is an option and is definitely a thing for you. And I didn't go into transfer data, but let's say you're a student who says, maybe I want to go to the UC system a little bit later in life, or maybe I didn't get into my dream school once we find out from our admissions decisions. The UC system has a lot of support and a lot of support for their transfer students. Almost 50% of the students that they accept, well, not 50%, almost 50% of the students that apply from community colleges do get into the UC system, and most of those students are coming from California colleges, roughly about 93-95%. So there is that support for our students. So we are blessed to be in California, and we have blessed of an incredible education system.